Emily stumbled out of the collapsing ruins of Ravenhill House, her body bruised and battered, her mind reeling from the horrors she had faced. As dawn broke, the first light of day cast an eerie glow over the decimated structure behind her. She glanced back at the charred and crumbling remains, the once formidable mansion now reduced to rubble, its malevolent presence seemingly vanquished. The cool morning air was filled with the smell of ash and dust, and Emily took a deep breath, feeling a mixture of relief and lingering dread. The townsfolk, drawn by the commotion and the sinister history of the house, gathered around her. Their faces were a mix of awe, fear, and curiosity. Whispers spread through the crowd, stories of ghosts and dark rituals circulating as they eyed Emily with a mixture of reverence and suspicion. Among them were familiar faces, the local historian who had warned her, the librarian who had helped her research, and even some of the skeptical neighbors who had always dismissed the legends as mere superstitions. Now, they all stood in stunned silence, witnessing the aftermath of a battle between the living and the dead. Back in the safety of her apartment, Emily felt an overwhelming sense of relief. She sank into her favorite armchair, the familiar surroundings providing a stark contrast to the nightmarish landscape she had just escaped. She retrieved her camera from her bag, hands trembling as she reviewed the footage. Each frame was a stark reminder of the terrifying ordeal, the swirling shadows, the ghostly apparitions, the face of Mr. Hawthorne twisted in rage. The evidence was undeniable, every supernatural event captured in haunting detail. As she prepared her article, Emily's mind raced with thoughts of how to present the truth. She meticulously crafted her narrative, revealing the dark legacy of the Hawthorne family and the horrors she had uncovered in Ravenhill House. Her writing was vivid and compelling, each word painting a picture of the terror she had faced. She described the ancient rituals, the malevolent spirits, and the ultimate confrontation with Mr. Hawthorne's ghost. Her story was raw and unfiltered, a gripping account of survival against otherworldly forces. When her article was published, it captivated readers across the nation. Headlines blared with phrases like, "Journalist survives haunted house ordeal," and "The terrifying truth behind Ravenhill House." Emily's story spread like wildfire, turning her into an overnight sensation. She was inundated with offers for interviews, book deals, and even a potential movie adaptation. Her inbox was flooded with messages of support, curiosity, and skepticism. Everyone wanted to hear more about her harrowing experience and the supernatural forces that had threatened her life. As the excitement of her newfound fame began to settle, Emily found herself alone in her apartment, the events of the past days replaying in her mind. She was finally able to catch her breath and process everything she had been through. Exhausted, she sat at her desk to finish writing her next piece, the story that would delve deeper into the mysteries of Ravenhill House. As she typed, a chill ran down her spine. She felt a presence in the room, a sensation of being watched. Emily turned slowly, her eyes scanning the shadows that lurked in the corners of her apartment. Her heart pounded as she noticed a peculiar shadow, darker and more defined than the others. Her blood ran cold as she realized that some spirits were not so easily banished. She reached for her camera, scrolling through the last frames of footage. Her breath caught in her throat as she saw the final image, the ghost of the little girl standing silently behind her, her eyes wide with a mix of sorrow and fear. Emily's hands shook as she put the camera down, her mind racing with the implications of what she had just seen. Her eyes darted to the mirror on the wall. In its reflection, she saw her own pale face, eyes wide with terror. Behind her, barely discernible in the dim light, was the unmistakable silhouette of the collector. His presence was a chilling reminder that the curse of Ravenhill was far from over. The episode ended with Emily's reflection, her expression one of horrified realization, as the collector's shadow loomed ever closer.
If you want more parts of story to come, tell me in comments.